My name is Ron Drescher. I'm an attorney practicing in bankruptcy and commercial litigation. I'm licensed in Maryland, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. And today I want to talk to you about lien stripping to preserve an exemption. An exemption is your ability to keep stuff that you own even though you're going to get a discharge. Sometimes you get sued, your creditors get a judgment against you, and those judgments become liens against your property, usually your real estate. In most states, you file a lawsuit and you get a judgment against somebody, that judgment becomes a lien against their real estate in the county. Very common. Now, in this day and age, most people don't have much equity in their homes, but they're hoping that someday they will. If you file bankruptcy and you exempt any part of your property, you want to strip off those judgment liens. And you're allowed to do that in bankruptcy, in something called lien avoidance, because the judgment lien impairs an exemption. Let's say you got a piece of property worth $200,000. And let's say your mortgage is $210,000. So you're $10,000 underwater. But you're hoping you're going to pay down that mortgage someday, or your property will appreciate to more than the mortgage. Otherwise, really, you're just paying rent. Now let's say you got sued and your creditor gets a judgment against you for $50,000. Well, that $50,000 is a lien that is junior in priority to the mortgage. So you got a $200,000 piece of property, you got a $210,000 mortgage, and a $50,000 judgment. In bankruptcy, what I would do
is I would take $1 worth of exemptions and apply it to that house. Then I would file a motion to avoid that judgment lien because it impairs that $1 exemption.
It seems crazy, it seems absurd, and it seems abusive, but it's not. You're entitled to that dollar exemption, and you will succeed in stripping off that lien. Sometimes your lawyer may forget, or you may forget to tell your lawyer that you have that judgment. And you may go through, get your discharge, your bankruptcy case is closed. Years later, really, years later, you want to sell or refinance your home, and you discover that you have that judgment lien, you won't be able to sell or refinance. Then what you have to do is go back into the bankruptcy court. You have to ask the court to reopen your bankruptcy case so that you can claim the exemption and avoid the lien. If it takes too long, the bankruptcy court may not let you do that because they say it's unfair. Too much time has passed. You can't recreate what the situation was at the time your bankruptcy case was closed. If that happens, you're going to have to negotiate with that creditor, and it may not turn out the way you like it. My name is Ron Drescher. I do consumer and business bankruptcy and commercial litigation. And if you have a question about any of this, I'd love for you to call me.